All right, and we're live. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the More Than Numbers podcast. I'm your host, Bryce, joined again this week by my buddy, Kev.
What's up?
We are going to get straight into it. We're talking Premier League again, reactions to our favorite teams over the weekend. Kev's got his Mighty Arsenal shirt on. I don't know about the name on the back, though. And your boy's got his United shirt on after a tough week again for United. But we're going to jump into it, starting with Arsenal. Kevin and I talked the other night, but we had to talk again today about it because of the hill that Kevin is deciding to die on for no reason. I can't understand this. So
there's a reason.
So Kev, I'm gonna start with that because there's a lot of points that we want to get into the Arsenal versus Liverpool game. Obviously,
right.
A great result. They tied.
Yep.
But the person you have a bone to pick with for some reason
is Gabriel, man.
I don't get it. How not Zinchenko or Raya? Why Gabriel?
Let's put it this way: we know as Arsenal fans that Zinchenko this season has been a liability defensively.
Yeah.
So if you have a known liability in your team should be set up to mitigate that liability, right? So Gabriel comes back. He does what in a normal team where a back four has equal strength, what you would do is you default to your box, pick up your runners, and shore things up. But Mo Salah is the one getting the ball. Mo Salah, probably the most. I think he is the most proficient attacking player outside of Harry Kane over the last 3 to 4 seasons.
Right.
So if you have Mo Salah going up against your defensive liability, why is your only out-and-out defender in your defensive outfit not sliding over to cover that person? That's where my bone pick comes from. Is it had to be discussed in the meeting before the game that, hey, Salah plays on the right, Zinchenko plays on the left. We should probably do something to make sure there's cover. And then to add insult to injury, every time Saka or Gabriel Martinelli got the ball, what happened? 2 people on them.
Right, but that was only
immediately.
Right, but I think those moments where they only had 2 people on them immediately happened when they got to get set. So when Liverpool got to get set, because in transitions they were one-on-one. Like Gomez was beating Saka most of his one-on-ones. Martinelli lost to Conte multiple times on his one-on-ones, right? And so just like how Arnold tucks in the midfield, that's what Zinchenko did. And I think the difference is that the goal came off of the one situation where they were in their natural back four because they weren't in possession. Ball over the top. And yeah, I mean, we're getting into a little bit.
This is the
with
issue.
Gabriel not stepping out.
This is the issue. Is he didn't step out quickly enough because everybody's running back. It's not as if like the issues you're talking about with Martinelli and Saka.
Right.
They're running up the field. Right. When Mo Salah received the ball, he was essentially on the end line, right at the end line, and right at the outside of our 18.
No, none of that. Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about. Outside of the 18,
just at the.
Well, he scored almost from the 6, so it wasn't like fully.
But he gets the ball. He gets the ball just outside of the box, towards the end line, almost at the end line, and then dribbles Zinchenko in a few steps, gets to the 6, cuts in, takes a shot. Why was Gabriel not there? Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, we talked about this, and you were unhappy that he didn't step out early enough. And when we watched the goal, but when we watched the goal back, originally when he gets back to the 6, he's watching Gakpo make a run. So he's doing what he's supposed to be doing as a center back. Now the difference is when we watched it back. I say we watched it back, but we watched it back multiple times. Where the communication could have come from is like a Rice or
but
Saliba,
again,
like telling him he can go because now they already have the cover.
But what I'm saying is, we'll get off of this. But my issue is this: the end line is a defender for you,
right?
The end line is your friend.
Well, why is he not pushing him to the end line?
So if Zinchenko is cutting off the straight route and pushing him to the end line, then you should be here. Because what does that do? It gives Zinchenko cover and also takes away the pass to Gakpo.
Right, but that's where he was. He was on the side.
No, he was standing literally. So Zinchenko was there.
No. Hold on. I'm gonna push back. Okay, so let's say we're gonna use this paper. I don't know if everyone can see the paper, but if we're using this paper as the end line, right? And Zinchenko's here, and Gabriel was here.
Move it back. Do it again.
Oh no, we can see it. All right, so we're gonna do that again. So if you can see the paper, the end line's here, right? Zinchenko was here. Zinchenko. What am I saying? Sin? Yeah. Well, he is a sin defender. Zinchenko, okay, was here. Gabriel was here covering him, and he gets beat in the wrong area by letting him go back down the line versus if he's going down towards the goal, Gabriel is there to stop it. I do think Gabriel was covering as he should have.
Look. So we're seeing two different things. We're going to do this one more time.
Uh-huh.
So if this is the end line.
Yeah.
Let's say the goal is here. This is the end line.
Right.
Mo Salah is coming here. Zinchenko is tracking him here.
Right. He should be enforcing in that way.
He should be forcing him to the line. But we already know Zinchenko is not good at defending.
Right.
Right? So he should be doing that. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. Now, Gabriel is here.
That's how passionate he is about it.
He is here. And since Gabriel is here, that's the wrong positioning because you see him in the video point like this and look like, oh, Gakpo's coming in.
Right.
So instead of pointing, you just move here and you come like this. Now Mo Salah cannot make that pass, and if he does make that pass and there's nobody there, which there was,
mm-hmm.
he's making a back pass out of danger. Whereas if you just stand here, like
it
Gabriel
gives him the
did,
options to go both ways.
It gives him two options. I can dribble Zinchenko or I can make the pass.
Right.
Bad defending.
But not by Gabriel. You gotta say no. And see, that's what I'm still talking about. Is like the hill you're dying on is with Gabriel versus like just knowing that obviously it was Zinchenko's fault, right? I can never say this guy's Zinchenko's fault. Yeah. I can't say it right. I'm gonna say it wrong the whole time. And then how about Raya giving up a goal to the near post? Yes, it was a powerful shot. Yes, it was upper 90. But again,
I can see that.
I
can see that too. But again, it comes back to you have to know who you're playing with. If this was Raya's first game and we were like, oh, you're supposed to be this amazing shot stopper, then you'd be like, yo, you should have saved that. But I think versus Luton, he got beat to the near post. There was one or two other games in the Champions League he got beat near post. And
do you think Ramsdale makes that save if he's in? I think he makes the save.
I think he makes the save if Raya's not there at all. Like if this situation isn't going on. But Ramsdale's actually been shocking since the situation is going on.
Okay.
So yes, I think last year's Aaron Ramsdale makes that save for sure. But not for sure. I'm not for sure because it was a good strike. Like he came in, it was a good shot. But I think that Aaron Ramsdale's position would have been much better than Raya. So possibly could have saved.
Look, the reason I say I put it on Zinchenko. Okay, the reason that the blame has to be on him and Raya. Right, versus Gabriel is Gabriel's the third versus the first and second mistakes. And Gabriel did a job in stepping out of taking away part of the goal for Salah to shoot at. Like there was no far post that Salah could shoot at because it would have hit Gabriel.
And this is I guess this
so then that's where I go to
I understand what you're saying if the double team wasn't like a part of the game plan, which we may never know. But if the double team is part of the game plan, you're not double teaming, right? You're essentially not double teaming the most dangerous attacker in the Premier League over the last 5 seasons.
Right.
When he's inside the box.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make sense to me at all.
But do we normally see I think the difference is, do we normally see center backs really doubling with their outside backs? You don't. Normally you see a center mid doubling with the outside back.
But if you're caught out and everybody's running back, because, and we'll leave it after this, is essentially the only people that were up there were Gakpo, or back there, whatever way you want to look at
Salah.
it. Gakpo, Salah, Zinchenko, Gabriel, and Saliba on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if it's 2v3, instead of going like this and putting your hand out like, hey, I'm marking him, even though I'm not marking him, you tell Saliba, hey, pull over. This is where the danger is. You can cover the middle. I'm going to go double. But again, that's under the premise of double team was the priority, which obviously it should have been.
This one is an agree to disagree because I still, even hearing the explanation 2 or 3 times, I still can't believe that's where the multiple frustrations came from.
That's
on Gabriel versus Zinchenko and Raya.
That's where it is for me.
Okay, all right. So we'll leave it there with Gabriel. Apparently, Gabriel, you get more of the blame than anyone else.
Sorry, bud.